Hey everyone, it's your friendly wargame guy at the Air Command and Staff College, Dr. H, once again. I'm going to make this video about the setup for the air-land game to give you guys both a video to go along with the slides, maybe to clarify a couple of things that are going to be pushed on the slides and in the op order. So, just to start, um, the PLA ground forces are going to be one of these group armies with two MSUs. Um, Not pictured here because of a limitation in the Vassal module for Vietnam, but depicted on the slides is that there's an S-300 battery. That S-300 battery is permanently attached to the Group Army headquarters. It goes with the Group Army headquarters. You've got two MSUs here to help you extend your supply lines as necessary. Note that this northern edge is effectively where supply starts. So count every one of these every one of these red or gray hexes up here um, as an urban hex for purposes of supply. So you get 6 movement points of supply off of them. I'll be making another video on supply here very shortly that will help help you understand it. If you want to place the helicopter, it has to go on either an airfield. It can go either on an airfield, right? Which there's one that I can see, one or two out here on the map that are in Chinese territory. Correction, an airbase. I see about 3 of them here, here, and here. There's an airbase here, so 4 in Chinese territory that you could base them out of. Alternatively, you can put them in the PRC holding box. And this red area, it takes up 7 of their movement points, so they can cover from this red area. Basically, what is the range on that? 14. So they can do another 7 hexes off of this red area if you choose to place it in the PRC holding box. That's your option. Long way to fly, but basing is kind of limited in this area. As we come down here to the Vietnamese, not pictured in here, but on the slides, the Vietnamese get 3 Patriot batteries that they can place anywhere in Vietnam on the map. So that's an important consideration. You have these units here, which are from 2nd Corps. They can be placed within 2 hexes of Yen Bai. These 2 units from 2nd Corps can be placed within 2 hexes of Phu Tho here. And then these units from the 3rd Military District can be placed within 2 hexes of Viet Tri. You'll notice all over this map there are several of these 030 People's Vietnamese Liberation and People's Vietnamese Armies Reserve Forces. I don't know exactly what they're called. They are militia units, reservist units. You'll notice that they can't move once they're placed, but we've placed them in a variety of places on the map that are useful as either speed bumps, frankly, or as places you can start trying to reinforce with reinforce with your own units. These are not, again, they don't have a movement factor, so they're going to stay in place where they are. Keep that in mind. Let me open up the strat display for you really quickly and go over some of what's up here. Again, not pictured on this map, but in the slides, there are 2 S-300 units on the PRC holding box, and there's 1 on the SRV holding box. That Patriot defends all of the air bases on the SRV holding box until it's destroyed if the Chinese decide to go after it. These 2 units defend all of the air bases in the PRC holding box. Again, until the Allies do it. Now, there are 2 up here. The Chinese players pick which one of the SAM batteries is defending against any particular strike against the holding box. So there's 2 of them, but only 1 defends at a time, right? So if I fly a package into the PRC holding box and I want to strike an airbase, I then, the Chinese player picks 1 battery and executes that. The blue players can attack either of these batteries, of course, and the Chinese can attack this battery down here also. Again, you'll see that depicted on the slides. You won't see that depicted on this map because of a limitation in the Vassal module. AOX advantage is going to stay neutral. And air superiority is going to be contested the entire time. So just have it stay there. And then we have over here in air superiority, in the air superiority box, note that we have these two J-10s and these two F-22s. These are provided by forces that are not attached to your command as the players, either on the red, excuse me, or on the blue side. So what you do is you just put these in the air superiority boxes, and you can use them for escorts or for interceptors as necessary. But when these guys get done, you put them in the flown box to represent they've been used, but then immediately put them back in the air superiority box unless they aborted and then have to go to the flown box as a result of combat. If they're in the flown box at the start of a turn, don't put them back. But if they would move up to the ready box, just put them in the air superiority box. This is permanent. You don't make the decisions. We're going to skip the air superiority step in this game. We're just going to not do that. We're going to focus on the interaction between the air pieces and the land pieces. So don't do the air superiority step. Just put these guys in the air superiority box. That's what you have available. Air superiority is contested. AOX advantage is neutral. And then use these planes to conduct, in the flown box, use these planes to conduct close air supporter strikes as you see best as we go along. So, again, quick overview to remind you. These guys, these red forces set up anywhere in China. Remember, the helicopter has to either go in an air base or in the PRC holding box. If it's in the PRC holding box, it has to come out of here. Every one of these edge hexes is a supply center for the purposes of supply. They are urban, so they do 6 movement points of supply for the Chinese. You're going to have to use your MSUs pretty carefully in your headquarters unit and the extensions on the lock that those provide, that you're going to want to do that. These militia units are going to be placed in place. The game rules want you to put militia units of the right military region into the right place. Not super necessary for this game. If you're having trouble, if it's being just a pain for you to do that, don't bother. These guys are within 2 hexes of Yen Bai. These guys within 2 hexes of Yet Tree. These guys within 2 hexes of Fu Tho. This Hanoi militia unit can go in any of the Hanoi hexes. Remember, 3 Patriot batteries, not pictured here, that are going to have to be placed by the blue team. 1 Patriot battery that's permanently attached to the headquarters unit up here. And then if I go to the strat display, remember, no air superiority. These guys just go in the air superiority box. If they're in the ready box at the start of the turn, they just go to the air superiority box. No air superiority step. AOX advantage is always neutral. Air superiority is always neutral. 2 SA3s not pictured here defending here. 1 Patriot defending here. That's the rundown. Any questions, just ask.